Everybody's a little bit shook this morning. It's almost like you were on a rollover on Saturdays.
No.
Oh, how are you?
I'm very good. I left at about 11:30.
Yeah, early substitution.
Yeah.
Taken off,
Yeah.
rested.
Happy, yeah.
Rested for what?
For what?
I thought you were playing very well.
morning
This
show
morning,
coming so that I could catch Charlie Smith's debut.
Oh, wow. Well, just as we were living it up, like, Charlie was getting the call to change his life. It was only on Friday he got the call to the main roster.
Yeah.
It's amazing. It's like,
Yeah.
so if people haven't seen this,
Yeah.
Charlie Smith nailed a 56-yard field goal. And it wasn't like, so many of the field goals last night were doinking and squirting over or going wide. And you're like, oh, it's an important thing to be able, in American football, to kick your field goals. But he didn't just kick it, he monstered it.
Yeah.
Like, that was going over from 65.
10 yards to spare there, yeah.
So, you know, over the last 10 days, 2 weeks, one of my favourite things to do just randomly is like throw on celebrations from Troy Parrott's hat-trick, and they were at it. Do we know exactly where this pub is?
I don't.
The specific pub in Mayo Bridge.
Yeah, Mayo Bridge. Yeah.
Mayo Bridge, County Down. No, it is local though, I think. They were giving away a free round of pints for everyone in the house had he scored. So that's what the celebration really is for.
These are like his schoolmates. Let's have a look at this. This is the celebration at the Mayo Bridge. Oh, there's no sound on it, unfortunately, but he's just nailed his 56-yarder.
That's class, isn't it, though?
And then he had an onside kick,
Onside kick was really good.
which they recovered, which, you know, is kind of fluky, but it didn't matter. And then the QB1 came out afterwards and was like, oh, we love him. The QB1 probably won't be the
he
QB1
gave him
for
the
much
most
longer, but
QB compliment ever. He was like, he has that dog in him for sure. He has that dog in him.
yeah. Also, he's a great human being, and I don't know, did QB1 then refer to God? I missed that part.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
And he looks American as well,
Charlie Smith looks
which is really
American.
going to help him. Yeah, he has the long locks,
The baseball cap, yeah.
facial expressions, clean face. It's like in the round table of Moneyball deciding what to do with the roster. It's like this guy fits the bill,
Well,
looks wise.
no doubt they're tanking to try and get the number one pick, right? They're potentially the worst team of football. And as a result, you would be trying out who is on your roster to see if they're any good. And it turns out they've got a kicker. They don't need to be spending any money on a kicker next year.
Yeah.
So, Charlie Smith had a good weekend.
Yeah, there
Did you
was
guys have a good weekend?
Yeah, great weekend.
Any scandal, any gossip in the
so
party?
much. And you know what? Let's make it official. Let's make it official.
There was shifting uneasily there when I...
No, I was trying to think of anything, but I have nothing for you, to be honest.
With the performance rankings.
The good? Is it acceptable hard to say it was the performance so far of the World Cup? Maybe not.
The bad. I'm scratching my head. The performances was just lacked that intensity.
And the amber. Off the balls. Performance rankings.
Mike's alive.
Yeah, had a good game. Yeah.
You had a good game on Friday night, yeah? Played late.
Played the whole game.
Second half.
Didn't
Extra time.
didn't think Gaffer was going to play me, man, for the whole game, but there you go. Like, I wasn't match fit, but happy with the innings.
I would say you came off at the 88th minute, maybe.
I hadn't been in
Okay.
Harcourt Street in a very long time. It looks like I was saying the fall of Saigon. Like the crash barriers.
Yeah.
You didn't end up in Coppers, did you?
No, I left with the people that did, and there was kind of a railing splitting the path. Left is Coppers, right is home. I stayed right, went home. I actually fell asleep on the bus and had to walk about 45 minutes home. So I might as well have went to Coppers in the end.
Oh,
So-
that'll sober you up quickly.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
you,
it was good out there.
you went down beyond as well.
Yeah, I went to Black Door. Anyone out there was there?
I'm going to look at
A
something.
lot of people. A lot of people. Look at you both there, frantically Googling.
58 Harcourt Street,
There
yeah.
you go, yeah.
And I didn't know for years if it was Black Door or Back Door.
Oh, it's across the road.
I've been there before, yeah.
Yeah.
Across the road, right? And I
was
never,
something else.
I
We did a
never
show in
know,
there.
I never know specifically where it is ever.
But it
Yeah.
has a
Even
black
the
door.
I could take you down there right now without looking at the address, and I still would struggle because you would think it's the one with the black door.
It is.
but there are a few with a black door around there. You know,
That's what
I
there's.
can never actually tell. To this day, I just always find it on a night out, but I never know how to get there.
You have to
Piggyback it
go
up
down
the
into
ramps.
it, don't you? You have to go down.
You go down, yeah. There's two entrances. There's one where they let you on the top floor, but we were immediately directed downstairs by the powers that be. But there was nobody upstairs. Went down, and yeah, it was moody. It's moody down there. You know, it's a whole other world. Like, it's underground. It could be any time of day.
Yeah.
Could be any
Good.
time of day down
Yeah.
there. Yeah.
And was there
No,
a big crew of you?
No, this is like the dying
dregs.
The dying dregs. I did look around the party at one point. I was like, Jesus, everyone's gone. It's like this place was packed. Like this was like 3 or 4 deep, and then it was just the people who really wanted it were still there.
Yeah.
The ones who really wanted it.
In fairness, because you've been on it.
Yeah. It's like talking to my father. Go on.
I know.
Yeah.
Early cocktails. I just early cocktails.
Early cocktails. Yeah,
We
that
made
was
the
it.
mistake of standing outside the pub. It was absolutely Baltic.
Well, you were particularly freezing.
It was.
And I was a bit worried about your
I-
core temperature at one point.
Bit of a cold. So
Imagine if you went down to Titanic, like you would have been constant. God,
dead
it's so
straight away.
cold. It's
I would
so
let
cold.
go.
It's so cold.
I
Because
wish
you were
the Lord would take me.
you were really struggling. I had to move you into a place that maybe the wind wouldn't touch you. as
Yeah,
much.
it didn't work.
And I was worried about you at one point.
The wind chill factor was
You're
bad.
getting on, but it was that was nice. I liked the Sheehan's part of it, because that's probably the second or third year tradition of it. We met a guy who listens to the show and loves the quiz,
Outside Sheehan's.
so he wanted a few quiz questions, and the cocktail was like, we'll start the tradition of sorts. So it's just a soft lunch, but I'm happy to do it again next year.
Yeah.
Cocktail is great, right? Very sophisticated way to start.
Yeah.
There, right?
Pretty
Because
heavy
you
with the
kind of start up here in the echelons of society and you end down there.
Yeah.
You start with a cocktail and you end at the
How
back
do you get
door.
home at
And that's
4
a
in the
good
morning,
night.
though?
Well, just
how
after
do you
you-
actually get home?
Excuse me?
How do you get home?
I got a taxi.
Yeah, easy enough.
All I remember was being in a place and I was like, I'm going to go now. And I stepped outside and I was just in the taxi.
Oh,
Now, I can't tell you one detail about
it's like Severance.
how that taxi went. Well, I don't get the reference. I haven't seen it.
That's
Yeah.
a good reference. It's a good reference. I get it.
What is it? What happens?
You go down a lift and your mind shifts.
Oh, yeah.
You're in a
Yeah,
different.
Work-life balance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, exactly that, yeah. So, I'm
right.
very pleased with it. And I suppose the Christmas party, it's in the green, is it?
Yeah, if it was there.
Oh,
it'd be
yeah.
green, yeah.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
I think so.
Christmas party in the
Any
green.
words, any regretful, fear-like feelings
No.
on Saturday?
An Irish goodbye around 11:30. Perfect.
Until the CEO what you really think or anything like that, was it? Everything was good.
Yeah.
Here's another thing. Yeah. And then
Do you know what you need to do?
and then just listen. Hold on. Go back. Yeah. No, you did well. You did very well. You recovered from the cold.
Not quite. So I've come in to share it with you in the confined space of the
that's
office.
amazing, yeah. Perfect.
Oh, you have a cold and you were cold.
Both, yeah.
Yeah. I thought he wasn't cold.
See, what the public are hearing in your voices is the accumulation of the weekend. What they're hearing in mine is that I'm mildly ill. But let's should we do the job we're here to do?
Yeah, Charlie Smith, first and foremost. We
In the
someone to
green.
put him.
In the green all day
green,
long and twice on
obviously,
Tuesday.
Yeah.
Like it's an incredible. We were talking to Tig Leader about this when we did our kicking competition, and they were saying that of all the ones, just wait till he gets his chance. In pre-season, they had a kicking competition it was at the IMG camp in Miami, and he's pinging them over from 70, and there's just a reluctance because he hasn't been through the system. He hasn't been drafted. Obviously, very few kickers end up getting drafted before all the people in the comments, but some do. He hasn't come through that. Like I've got 5 years of tape where I've done this, and this. But what he's been able to do, like, it looks like he's got a giant boot, and that's been one of the stories of the year. This year is that teams are taking on 50 to 60 yard field goals much more regularly than they have been doing. And like, I don't know, you'd just be very hopeful that this is like one of those sliding doors moments where we saw the opposite of this for Hugh McTamney with the Giants.
Yeah.
He gets his chance and goes well for a week and then misses 2 point afters and gets cut, essentially. Now, I think there's probably still a chance he makes a comeback, stronger for that. But when you get your chance to be up to the moment, to be like,
Yeah. And the rest of the team weren't particularly playing well, so he really stood out.
yeah, they're shite.
That's great.
They're
It's great
absolutely
for him.
shite. And it's like the best time to stand out. So
Yeah.
It's funny because in the post-match interview he gave in the media scrum, like it's all just positivity. He actually lost the game.
Yeah.
Something
to do with him.
In many ways, by losing the game, they won.
So when he found out he was getting called up and playing, he rang his mum first, right? So his mum, everyone came out, the whole family. He only thought his dad was going to come out. So he has his mum and dad and his 2 sisters, and then Tig Leader went over. So he kicked from 56 yards, right? What's the furthest distance we kicked with Tig?
It was, we get to 42 2 or 3 or
40?
something like that. It wasn't very far.
So not too far away, like.
It was miles off,
Yeah.
but still.
So you're saying like we're in with a chance. So the dad took a call when he was working in the shop, serving someone at the counter, and he said, "I'll ring you back in 5 minutes." I went outside and rang him, and that was very emotional. And his mom now is a teacher, so has had to get cover for today.
I mean, come on, lads. You can force majeure. There's a funeral in the family. Just say that.
They'll be back tomorrow.
Boss the clan, I believe, is the.
It took them 23 hours to get there because they got a flight to Chicago, and that flight was delayed because of the weather.
So they nearly
before
did
they got to Miami. Yeah,
Snowing, wasn't it? Yeah. Jeez.
So it's amazing to think like the last time we recorded a live show on Off the Ball Breakfast, Charlie Smith was just minding his own business, thinking this would be any other weekend. And all of what we just said, all of that
has happened in the meantime. Yeah.
It's
And
the biggest
he
screen.
was equal to the moment.
It's the biggest screen we can think of there, Charlie Smith.
No doubt about that.
Amazing. All right, so anything else on that?
No.
Liverpool and Man United, we've pulled together this week. It's a strange old season, really, the old Premier League, right? So you have Everton who go to Old Trafford and win, Ger, yeah? Then Everton are feeding themselves. Then they entertain Newcastle, who are brutal away from home, and then Newcastle obliterate them.
Yep.
Then everyone's written off Liverpool, no chance at all, or big trouble in any slot. Then they win handsomely at West Ham United. Then Manchester United go to Crystal Palace, who haven't lost at home since the 25th of February, and then they win. There is no trend in this Premier League season. There's nothing to write home about. Fulham had their first away win of the season. They went to the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium and did that. And it's all over the place at the moment, right? Sunderland, for the first time in Premier League history, came from 2-0 down to win a game. Nottingham Forest, right? Nottingham Forest, they went to Anfield and they won 3-0. Then they lose 2-0 at home to Brighton. This is what we want from our Premier League season.
That's been mad.
Anyway, here we have, and all of a sudden we're pooling Liverpool and Manchester United together because it seems to make sense, because they are together in the Premier League table.
Yeah, I think that nobody's getting carried away either way about these performances. But I actually think there's probably a bit more substance to Manchester United's than there is to Liverpool's.
Well, let's start with Liverpool, shall we? Because Mo Salah stayed on the bench after he was named on the bench. Alexander Isak scores his first Premier League goal for Liverpool.
Yeah.
And Florian Wirtz plays very well. In fact, it's his best game in a Liverpool jersey so far. And you might say out there, well, that's not saying much. But Jamie Carragher at half-time was saying Florian Wirtz is the best player on the pitch by far. Streets ahead.
Yeah.
And he played in his preferred position of slightly in off the left, slightly in off the right.
This is
Think
next season's
central.
team, and they've just decided. Okay,
Possibly, because I looked at this team, I looked at the
gotta
live
go for
score
it.
lineup, and I was like, actually like to look at that team. But there is, of course, room for Salah in all of this. But Salah is going to be going soon.
Joe
regardless,
Gomez played right back.
whether it's
as well.
another club or it's with his nation. So West Ham, look, we're very poor, I have to say. Alisson went down injured early again, but recovered.
Yeah.
But Liverpool looked pretty comfortable and well warranted their 2-0 victory.
Well, it was 1-0. They're down to 10 men. Jared Bowen flashes a shot wide.
Yeah. Very
What if that
different
goes
story
in?
if that
That's
goes-
one of those sliding doors moments,
I
right?
know, but it doesn't, does it?
No, but I mean, I don't think I'm not backing Liverpool to go on a run off the back of that performance just now, even though they've got the team correct.
Yeah, I know. I think it kind of ruins people's narrative about Liverpool, though. I think people are like, have this made up their minds about Liverpool now and Arne Slot. There's a lot of words written about Slot since the Nottingham Forest game, after the PSV Eindhoven debacle, that this guy's done.
Can we just get a moment for PSV? They're like brilliant.
Yeah.
They hammered Napoli 6-2. I understand there's a red card in it, but I think that maybe there's two sides to that part of the story. And I think that the narrative around Slot was you need to start winning games, otherwise they're going to start looking at it. But I'm not convinced about that. I just think that Liverpool still gave up chances, even though they were a man up and in control of the game, and it was a good chance. So
There's always the case with this, right? You're saying if Barrett had scored, it would be different. Liverpool, again, in the first half, created a bundle of opportunities without scoring. And
Yeah.
they've been doing that all season long. In every one of their games, they create chances, Liverpool.
do you think, if there's a regression to the mean that
When
they start
when
scoring
they
those
start
goals?
converting some of these chances.
Or that's really just horrific for their confidence, and it's going to be one of those lost seasons.
Well, no, but they score twice here. See what they do next time out. I feel like they're going to be porous in the back no matter what for this season, unless they sign a really good centre half in January, which is unlikely.
Yeah. I've never seen anyone get so much hate for scoring a goal than Alexander Isak the weekend. It was like, up to this point, you haven't scored a goal, what a waste of money you are. Then he scores a goal, it's like, well, it's about time. That's your job. And it's like, just leave the lad alone. Let him get it sorted.
It's a good finish.
Good finish, yeah.
It was a good finish. It was like
a good goal.
Not many other places that would have gone in.
Yeah.
And there was a nice little triumvirate. It was like, oh, can they do that? So look, it's definitely an improvement.
Yeah.
But I'm not getting carried away on that. I think for Man United, an away win.
They've only won 2 of the last 12 away games in the Premier League, and the other one was Anfield, funnily enough.
And coming from behind and a little bit of a tweak. Now, Bruno's air shot, and then feeling his hammer afterwards, like, oh no, it's only because I missed the kick. We'll see if that's an injury or not.
Well, Bruno Fernandes, I could see that happening. In fairness, the guy never gets injured. I was only thinking it during the game. It's like the guy never gets injured or pretends to be injured, really. He goes down a lot, but he doesn't mean he gets injured. He hasn't scored since the Chelsea game at Old Trafford, right? But goals aren't his thing that Ruben Amorim wants from as much this season. He completed his 55th and 56th Premier League assists in this game, which puts him ahead of Paul Scholes. The only players that have created more goals than Bruno Fernandes in Manchester United's Premier League history: David Beckham, Ryan Giggs, and Wayne Rooney.
Yeah.
That's it, right?
Just moved above Scholes, wasn't it? Into fourth place.
He levelled and then went ahead of him, in the same game.
Pretty decent company there.
So, he got player of the match as well. And then Joshua Zerski scores his first goal in 24 Premier League games. And it was a hell of a finish.
Class.
But it kind of goes to, that's kind of Zerski in a nutshell. It was like he's technically quite good, but flatters to deceive often. But Palace were very disappointing in the second half. We have a video from Oliver Glasgow. We'll play it later.
We had talked a bit about this on Final One Standing. It's like the record post Europe is bad, and they're really struggling with not having enough of a squad. You're going to play the Glasner stuff into...
Well, play it to Jonathan Wilson, I think, about his thoughts about the squad depth or lack of for Palace after the game.
Yeah, Glasner won't be the Palace manager next season. You can't speak like that.
It might not even be next season. It could be imminent. The way he talked about his owners there, straight after that game, was unusual because, look, it was going well at half time. They're 1-0 up. The first ever retaken penalty in the Premier League for a double touch.
Insane. I could have sworn
No, the rule only changed in the summer, you see. So it's brand new. Otherwise, that was disallowed before. So you saw it with Julian Alvarez last season for Atletico Madrid in the Champions League.
That was it. It was against Real.
Yeah.
Oh,
and
it
got ruled out, like no retake.
Good rules for Real.
I think the new rule is very much fair. So he retook it. And look, Casemiro had 2 big chances in the first half, but then Mateta had 2 even bigger ones. So Palace were a superior side in the opening period. They play the same formation as United, one of very few teams to do that. So, the narrative at half-time was going to be, well, how can Palace play that way and it works? And it doesn't for United as much, because they have more players that can seamlessly go into the system that United do. They're heavily linked to Adam Wharton, for example. So that would be a hell of a signing.
Has Ruben Amorim not won the argument about, like, that everybody stop talking about the system? If we start playing well, results will come.
You can see the vision now for sure. There's a couple of players left there that probably don't fit into that system, but yeah, I think in fairness to him, he stuck to his guns.
But even that squad of players isn't as ill-suited. Oh, this squad makes no sense, right? This group of players are for that style of playing. It's actually, you can begin to see things.
Yeah. I think it's the wing backs for me. You just need to.
Yeah, well,
and then you're maybe an extra body in midfield. But yeah,
I think Dorgo's very young. I think Dallin played well in the second half yesterday. Some brilliant defence. No.
Yeah. It's the consistency, though, really.
And also, Lisandro Martinez came on.
Yeah, that was positive now. Straight for Luke Shaw as well. I wonder, would they push Shaw to left wing back, and then have Martinez in the left, the centre backs?
Given that they play no games,
that
they never play football apart from in the league, there's a possibility that he can manage 10 games in a row playing left wing back.
Oh, this will test. So now this week is their busiest week of the year so far.
He's not fast enough.
They have 3 games in a week now.
He can get forward though. Like he scored in a Euros final.
Yeah. Do you know that?
Forward, so
that's a while ago though.
So what? Like,
you know that?
He has the
They're
ability.
playing midweek.
3 games.
Yeah.
Midweek games on
Thursday.
Sky this week, are they? The games that used to be on. Anyway, sorry, I've lost.
All right, so
that'll really challenge the £1 billion squad that Manchester United have. I think they're both in amber. I'm not giving them green for. I don't think they're recovered.
No,
I'm
way.
definitely giving United green for this.
That's
Palace
a great
haven't lost at home
away to Palace.
9 months.
I think they're both green.
Up. Definitely giving them green for that.
I think they're both green.
And they are paired together, so I'll go green as well.
Yeah.
All right, title race in the Premier League. So 1-1 finished at Stamford Bridge. Why is Casado sent off? No qualms about decision by Enzo Maresca afterwards, agreed with it, but said a few weeks ago Rodrigo Bentancur should have been sent off for the same offence against one of his players and wasn't. So he's perturbed by the inconsistency. Nevertheless, game finished 1 apiece. I suppose Chelsea probably shaded this game, really. But the title race is something to talk about here in terms of how close this Premier League table really and truly is, right? So there are only 5 points separating second place Manchester City and 9th place the aforementioned Crystal Palace. It's extremely tight after 13 games. Arsenal, the outlier, 5 points ahead of Man City at the top of the table. So is this going to be a good title race?
Yeah, I'd say there's a little bit of cause of concern for Arsenal after yesterday. Slightly more than there was going into that game. Chelsea really put it up to them. Probably should have won the game with 10 men. Chelsea look really good. I mean, Matt, you were talking before the show. Reece James, what a player! He's unreal. Like, there's a temptation to put him into the midfield like Trent, but like, even just from right back, the impact he has on the attack cannot be understated.
Well, it's interesting because Jonathan Wilson, in his pre-season predictions, had Chelsea as title winners, and everyone laughed at him, and people were laughing in the first few months of the season. But the boy had a point, as he often does, is that this squad is festooned with talent all over the shop. It's just a matter of making it work. I think the bonus for them is how quickly Estevao was taken to English football, the 18-year-old. Like, they had Cole Palmer on the bench yesterday, recovering from his injury, so he comes on. There was once upon a time where Chelsea needed Cole Palmer for everything, whether he was half fit or otherwise.
Yeah.
A bit like Arsenal, because Martin Odegaard came on yesterday, and last season it was this game that Odegaard made his comeback in at Stamford Bridge and showed that he was Arsenal's most important player at the time. And now Odegaard is just one of their many, many very, very good players.
Yeah, they've done good business, Arsenal. They've done really good business. But I think Chelsea have done really good business over the last number of years as well. Obviously, they spent incredible amounts of money. I think the most important thing from Chelsea's perspective was that they were all desperately trying, and they have a clear unity in the team, which I don't think is unconnected to the fact that they went off in the summer and won the Club World Cup.
Oh, okay, yeah. I
Just,
think,
I think that was an important staging post along the way for them.
Well, it's...
and all the money that they get from it.
It's interesting you say that about you think Chelsea spent well, because I don't think anyone was saying that. Like, you'd be one of the few people to say it. I think people have said that Chelsea spent loads, not well.
But loads of those players who've started to come through are coming through and playing well.
Yeah, it's looking good now, but I haven't heard anyone say that they spent well. Because it was just, Chelsea are just a collection of individuals who happen to wear the same jersey, but it's not much of a team there.
But now there is a team. And Maresca deserves a lot of credit for that. And how did he do it over, a long period of time, making the defence good?
Now,
the response to having a red card yesterday was excellent.
Now, are Chelsea, are they that good, or is the Premier League that flawed?
You said there's, how many points separating Palace to... Five from City.
Between second and ninth.
Yeah, you can go from Chelsea in third all the way down to Bournemouth in 11th for 5 points. Or if you got 5 points off Brighton in fifth, who are going to get Champions League, you end up all the way down to Fulham in 15th. Like, there's a blanket over those teams below the teams who are realistic title contenders. So name your realistic title contenders.
Arsenal, Man City, Chelsea, Liverpool.
You're not writing Liverpool off yet?
No.
I'd say the first three there. I don't think I have Liverpool in that bracket at the minute. Yeah.
It's a good talking point. Are Liverpool still in the title race? Just when we thought they were out, they sucked you back in.
Well, like you said, they could have very easily drawn that game against West Ham. Like, very easily. I don't think they're an amazing side right now. Like, if they played City tomorrow...
I'm not saying they're an amazing side. My point is you don't need to be an amazing side in this Premier League.
Just need to stay alive.
Yeah, but to win the league, though, I don't think they have it this year.
Maybe not, but it's title... You said, what is a title race?
Yeah.
Yeah, Liverpool, I would have them in the race. Yeah,
but
might not win the race.
Realistic title contenders was the question.
Yeah, sorry.
It's a bit different.
It is. Yeah, I have to...
Can they win the league?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Why not? It's the first day of December.
Look, there's a bit where
We're not yet halfway through the season.
Ferguson always wanted his teams to be thereabouts in March, and then squeaky bum time kicks in. Big games in Europe come thick and fast, and teams suddenly get weird results against previously relegation fodder. So, stranger things have happened, but not much.
So I'm going to put the title race in.
It's back, baby.
Yeah,
We genuinely, we'd really. If Arsenal won yesterday, we'd all be like, "Oof, well, race for Europe's important, isn't it?" How about that relegation story?
Yeah. So where's that going now? Is it a good title race? Are you enjoying it?
Liverpool 18-1, same price as Chelsea, with the bookmarks.
What? Really? That's mad, isn't it?
I don't understand that at all.
I would say Chelsea are a better bet than
Yeah,
Liverpool.
Chelsea are definitely a
even
better
though
bet.
Liverpool have already done it.
Oh yeah, I definitely have Chelsea as a better option than Liverpool. I'm surprised at that.
Arsenal 7-4 on. Man City 16-5, basically just over 3-1. Liverpool 18-1. Chelsea 18-1. Man United 80-1. Aston Villa 150-1.
Yeah, people are ignoring him, you know. Villa and Brighton going about it quietly.
I saw a comment on the table that Sky Sports posted over the weekend. It was like, where in the hell have Villa come from?
Yeah.
They're just there now. But turns out they've been playing well.
Yeah.
25-1 last week. Liverpool, says Dermot Keenan in the comments. Thanks for that, Dermot.
Jesus. Okay, so title race is what colour?
Put it in green. Put it in green. It's been a good season so far, and it's been interesting. Because the Liverpool thing, it's all a part of the title race. Whether they're actually contenders or not, they were presumed to be title contenders. So I think that's part of the race. So I put it in green.
All right, we got Spurs next.
Jesus, yeah.
Spurs, bloody hell. What's going on here? So,
It's one of my favourite things in sport is when a player is blaming everyone else when it's so clearly his fault. Vicario.
I felt
what
bad
is
for
that?
Vicario. I felt very bad for him. They were booing him during the game. And
Yeah.
Thomas Frank took a great exception to that. See this in the press conference?
Which bet? Sorry, no.
Spurs fans booing Vicario during the match. Do it after, he said. If you want to do it. Don't do it during. I felt bad for the boy. He was massively at fault for the second goal. Did you see Harry Wilson's goal? What a finish.
Amazing.
What a finish. Anyway, right, Spurs, they haven't won at home since the first day of the season. They've lost 10 home games in 2025,
It's such a weird
which is their
bet.
joint most
It's so weird.
ever. They're averaging 9.5 shots and 3.2 shots on target per game in the league this season, which are both their joint lowest since figures began.
They have the two record lowest XGs, right? In the space of 4 weeks. At home. It's not very exciting when you're like
Wild.
so much money to go and see them.
Yeah, expensive
They
in
are
stadium,
12th in the Premier League.
Now-
And go back to the theme of this discussion so far. It wasn't long ago they were third.
Yeah, so 2 wins and suddenly everything is grand, but it's just hard to see where the wins are going to come from when you can't beat Fulham at home.
As I say, it's Fulham's first away win this season. So they're the reds of red, Spurs.
Fulham were kind of the get-right team for... Villa hadn't won a game in months. Fulham rocked up and was like, thanks very much, lads.
Here's 3 points for you.
We needed that.
Yeah. It's so strange with Tottenham, though, isn't it? Because at the start of the season, I watched a good few of their games, and they were quite impressive. Like, the signings, Kudos is a good signing. You've Xavi Simon's coming in, you're like, he could be quite good, and then it's just fallen off a cliff. It's just so unconvincing.
I do like Thomas Frank. I do
I
hope
think
he gets
he's a good manager. Like.
I do hope he can get the opportunity to ride this out, but I don't know. Maybe there's a much better manager out there who's going to come in and electrify that squad and get them playing in a better way. But I don't know. I don't know what the obvious answer is.
No, they. I don't think they have a great squad. Like I said there a couple of weeks ago, I just don't think it's a great time for Spurs at the moment.
It's not your night, like.
Yeah, I just don't think it's them
So
right now. But I don't know if changing Thomas Frank is the answer either. Which he hasn't got going. Like,
well, what would you do? Because you got to stick or twist. So what would you do if you're the
I'd stick.
You're the family who've knifed the previous guy
I'd
whose
stick
job it was to be
unless we see that Oliver Glasner really does want to leave Palace here. If Glasner becomes available, maybe. But I would say I would probably stick with Thomas Frank. Wait for it to go right.
Well, because it's like you're going to replace one local overachieving, defensive-minded German coach with another.
Glasner's probably a more accomplished manager in terms of his CV, but
slightly.
Frank,
the cup win,
has proven that, like, when Brentford are good, they're very good, established Premier League side, and you'd like to imagine with, overall better players, more resource, more money, that he would do better again. That would be the sound logic to retain Frank. The thing is, he started slowly at Brentford. It's only the third team he's ever managed. Doesn't have a huge amount of experience in a brand new squad. Just give him a chance. Because, I mean, if you're going to go to all that trouble to get rid of Ange Postecoglou and bring a new guy in, give him a chance. And the fact that this Premier League season is so tight, right? There's nobody running away with outside Arsenal. I would stick with him as well. It can change. It can change in 3 games. You can be back up there again. What they really have to decide is, what do they want, like Spurs fans? That relationship seems broken at the moment between the fans and the players. There seems to be a real animosity there. And what type of football wants to be played? So they nearly had a nervous breakdown with Ange Postecoglou because nobody stayed home. Now no one's going out.
Brilliant bit of defending from Van de Ven in the middle of it. Did you see that? Where he's like just about makes the last ditch tackle. They have players.
They do, yeah.
And they keep shooting themselves in the foot.
Yeah.
So sometimes the manager does have to carry the can for that, much and all as we like him.
So they're the red. A few notable goals this weekend in the Premier League, right? I have 2 different categories here. Lovely tackle goals. Nick Faltamada for Newcastle.
Good signing.
Such a good signing. He was much maligned.
Very
upgraded
by certain quarters in the Bundesliga. It's a beautiful finish. It was a goal that was the polishing of a huge victory against Everton.
Are Newcastle in a completely false position in that actually they're quite good?
There's the other one. That's another example of this bizarre Premier League campaign we're having.
I think that they are having some trouble managing squad and some injury issues, but that actually they're going to finish 5th.
Oof, that's a big shout.
Possibly.
I don't think it's not crazy though. Yeah, they have had a tough time with injuries, but made some good signings. Made some money as well.
Faltamada's, the finish was kind of unnecessary, which makes it even more beautiful when he was 1-on-1. He could have just slid it past Jordan Pickford, but he humiliated him instead.
Pickford was awful.
He had one of the goals he conceded went straight through him.
And it was like the 3rd or 4th bad thing that he'd done.
Yeah.
Straight from the start of the game, which is like very, because he had actually been brilliant. Was he brilliant against United, or am I misremembering that?
He was good, but United didn't do much. With the saves he made, he made one very, very good save from Jersky at the end, but the rest were comfortable by his standard. And by his standard is, of course, a compliment by saying something like that. Now, fear not, Spurs, there is something to celebrate here in that Kudus makes my list of lovely Techers goals. This will go down as one of the better irrelevant goals of the season, a bit like Richarlison against Arsenal, which was a beautiful goal. That meant nothing. Kudus, great finish here with his left foot, volley into the top corner, roof of the net really, past the goalkeeper. And see also Kieran Dewsbury Hall.
Oh, yeah.
Who's having a hell of a season for himself. Beautiful touch and finish in a goal that didn't really matter.
Imagine how
in the
excited
end.
we would be if he was Irish.
Imagine the 11 we'd have if certain players had played for us. Incredible.
We go back to Martin O'Neill.
Unreal. Long distance goals. We touched on Harry Wilson. That was a great finish. That was spectacular, right? Because the chance had about split second just gone, you would think. The way Vicario kicked it straight to Fulham, you would have thought, are going to recycle possession now because the chance is gone. What a finish. Tyler Adams for Bournemouth. Got a lovely goal from distance.
Oh, yeah.
Very, very nicely taken. And your boy, Boubacar Kamara, the winning goal against Wolves for Aston Villa. Top corner.
Aston Villa are playing Stephen Kenny's Republic of Ireland every single week because they've scored from outside the box every time they take a shot.
It's a
every
phenomenon.
Shot they take.
Now, is that coaching?
Ping. I don't know.
Sam Allardyce would not allow his Bolton players to shoot from outside the box.
So when stuff like that starts to happen, it was the same with Thomas Frank was like, oh, it's okay, they can take shots from outside the box because no one ever scores them. It's like I think that maybe did the data not change on that? Thomas Frank could be all over the data, but
football is shifting though with the long throws and the kicking the ball into the corner. Like it's going back to its old ways nearly.
Liverpool doing the long throws and.
Yeah,
Jamie Carragher had changed his mind on it last night when he was doing analysis with Mark Chapman after the game.
Ranieri used to do that with Vardy as well. He wouldn't let him shoot before a game because he didn't want him to waste his best shots.
As opposed to warming up.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think maybe Ranieri might have just been a madman. Like,
Yeah. Tried stuff. Worked.
So that's your football. Munster. Oh my God, people are keen to talk about Munster here in the comments. So they lose in the end to the Stormers, our boy John Dobson.
at home.
Yeah.
27-21. Munster were 21-6 ahead in this game once upon a time, and then conceded 26 points of their own. John Dobson said afterwards, talking to Alan Quinlan, that he thought the game was done at half-time. Such was Munster's superiority, to the extent that in the 43rd minute he brought on 6 forwards at once. And the rest is history. With a few mistakes thrown in on the Munster side of things. Now, there was a beautiful 2 tries scored by Munster in the first half. First of all, Ty Burns' individual brilliance with his dummy pass. Gotta love a dummy pass in rugby. And then the team try, which was finished by Jack Crowley, was fantastic.
Yeah, it was brilliant.
Then the second half, Crowley has a minute and a half that he'll want to forget forever. Right at the end of the game, including an intercepted pass for the try that would eventually win the game. And then after that, Munster thought that they themselves had won the game, but it was a forward pass given. It was a beautiful cross kick to Tom Farrell. I just thought Tom Farrell looked like he was ahead of the ball.
Yeah.
But
there was a knock on build up to that, from
It was Crowley. Kind of tapped the ball forward, but Casey gathered it. It was a bit dubious, but it was probably it was one of those where there's probably a knock on in there somewhere. But yeah, the Munster didn't score after the 28th minute. They scored just on the 28th minute, the stroke of it. Then not being able to score at home for that length of time, you're just never going to win against a team like the Stormers, whether they're missing players or not.
yeah, it's a bit like your West Ham shout there. Had Jared Bowen scored, this would be a very different game. Had that try been allowed, had he not dropped the forward, they would have won the game. You could look at it like that, or you could look at it like was a very poor second half display. Whatever way you want, whatever way you look at life, generally speaking, I suppose.
They would have been snatching defeat from the jaws of victory is what they did. It would have been the reverse of that if they'd managed to engineer the try. And if people haven't seen it, the crossfield kick is glorious. It's a beautiful.
So they were playing rugby right till the end. They were playing this Clayton McMillan brand that seems to be more expressive and generally more enjoyable. So you can look at it both ways. This is a red.
Is that what it
is? Is it an amber? Is it a green? Dobson was saying, thought the game was over at half time.
Dogbo came off the bench after 58 minutes. Look, I think it's important. It's a bit of a kick up the hole. They did pick their strongest team though, or close enough to it, right?
Yeah, it was very strong.
We think this is their team that will start in Europe.
Very strong.
Close enough to it.
Yeah, everyone
maybe
fit.
the front row issue.
Yeah. Well, hopefully they want Ollie Jaeger back. John Ryan maybe, but
they've got Bath in the Champions Cup. The Ollie Jaeger conversation, they still talking to a specialist about his concussion. They want to make sure that that's right. And Alalatoa,
that's why they brought him in. Yeah.
So I suspect Alalatoa might be on the bench for the Bath game if he's fit.
Yeah. Storm. It's a great result for the Stormers away from home. Players missing, still playing for South Africa. They don't even have their star and Sasha Feinberg and Colm Boohig.
Yeah.
He's playing for South Africa against Wales.
Did you see any of that game?
I saw the whole thing. Yeah.
Bloody hell.
I just saw the gouge.
Did you see Feinberg and Gomezulu's try there when he just tapped and went himself past the entire Welsh team? He has something special. What colour you want to give Munster red, do you?
I think so, yeah, just because of where they were.
You're the Munster supporter.
No, it is a democracy here.
Oh, yeah.
The winning vote and all that.
They played very well for the half an hour, but they'll be very annoyed with themselves how they finished out the game.
They'll probably want to give us red. They won't be happy with an amber.
They won the first half. You got to give them green, don't you? That's the way the Irish rugby works these days. You win a half.
That's for Leinster, and so that would for Munster it would be red.
First defeat of the season, to be fair to them.
Yeah, they were perfect
in the URC. So
on paper,
it's against the first place. So.
Yeah, stick them in red there. You're dying to stick them in red.
No.
But you want someone else to do it for you?
No, absolutely not. So. It's up to you. So that's Munster in the red. John Dobson said afterwards that Connacht were the best Irish side that the Stormers faced last season.
Last season?
And that was last season. And this season they look possibly even superior under Stuart Lancaster. What a performance here at the weekend by Connacht.
Yeah.
A bit like their jersey. There's only one colour, isn't it?
It's funny though, isn't it? Yeah, the Sharks have never won in Galway.
Oh, really?
So it's shouldn't be a surprise that they won, but emphatic fashion though.
44-17.
Yeah. dominant.
Pretty strong Connacht side. Not their strongest, funnily enough. A bit like Munster. 1 or 2 shy of their absolute strongest.
Yeah, Bundy Aki came off the bench, and Mac Hansen obviously out at the minute. Beelum wasn't back, so more or less full strength, but some really, really impressive performances there. You had the 2 Murray brothers in the second row were both very good.
Is this the first time we've been really happy with the coaching ticket in all 4 provinces? Like,
I would say nearly Leinster would be the only place where there'd be some fans would be a bit divided on it. But yeah, otherwise, I think the 3 other ones for sure very happy with their head coaches and even the back room.
people are losing their minds over 10 days on from the interview that I'm just having a brain fart. The Leinster Nian Aber gave to South African telly. Like, was he tickling their bellies? The local South African TV crew was, oh yeah, I don't know, we'll see what happens. Or was it like, issues come and get me, plea? It doesn't really matter.
He came back to it a couple of times, I think was the thing. He did dwell on it, like.
Yeah, but if like,
I don't know.
if the Irish TV crews had been granted an audience with either of the 2 lads working for South Africa, of course they would have said, yeah, of course I want to work at home at some point, you know, I'm Irish, I played for Ireland however many numbers. I love that group.
I can see that, but at the same time, I don't think that's what I want to see one of my coaches saying as a supporter.
Yeah.
You want him to be like, I have a job here to do with Leinster. Well, maybe one day, but right now I'm a Leinster coach, contracted.
All right.
That's what I'm committed to. Not be like, oh yeah, I'd love to. I've talked to Razzie about that actually.
I find that interesting as well. We had we'd be talking to Ronan O'Gara over the years, and he was very open about his ambition to manage a country or whatever. And it makes total sense. Of course he would. He wants to move on up. But it's just interesting, and I'm just using Ronan O'Gara as one example. There are plenty out there in several sports, is that this transparency about ambition when you're currently employed by someone else. I'm actually not really judging it for or against. I just find it interesting that people do that. Because I think we all have ambitions, and then some, you tend to keep them to yourself.
Yeah. Sorry, I didn't mean to hijack the conversation. They're 100% in green. Lancaster's doing a great job. All the more reason to supercharge their playing pool over the next couple of years.
And sorry, Lancaster this season kind of had an issue with fullback. A couple of the fullback options left in the summer, so they kind of gave Sean Naughton the chance at the 15 jersey, and he has been an absolute gem that they've just unearthed it. Like 8 from the tee as well. Excellent kicker, and that's something they've been crying out for over the last few seasons, is a consistent kicker off the tee. And in general, he was brilliant. He had to step into the 10 jersey as well when Joshua Annie went off. Sam Gilbert, I don't know if you know about Sam Gilbert. They just picked up from New Zealand. He's about as utility back as a utility back gets. He can play literally every position except for scrum half. He came off the bench. So that squad, all of a sudden, that squad is actually quite deep.
Sean Naughton's 21. Just checking here.
Yeah, he was an under-20 star there a couple of seasons ago. But he can play 10, 15 as well. So they've some serious depth and versatility in the back line especially. But even like Paul Boyle had a great game in the back row. We'll just call for him to get involved.
By Paul Boyle. He's a bit of a trust on him.
Yeah,
for a big man.
A very underrated player.
Can we just touch on JJ Kenny as well for Leinster? He scored another 2 tries.
Yeah, he's
right
really
winger. He's a converted sevens player.
Yeah,
right?
He was a 7-star, yeah, and he's only 3-4 games into his Leinster career.
I think he scored as many tries as games, or possibly even one more try than games.
He scored 2 braces already, yeah.
So that's so it's 4-2. So he's right wing out and out, and he's some control over him because both tries were right in the right hand side on Friday night.
Yeah, he's lightning quick.
When we were gallivanting, he was focusing.
He's stepped up. I'd say he stepped ahead of a couple of people in the pecking order there. But Ulster played well as well.
Ulster were very good, and to the point where you're accepting of these performances from Ulster now. You're not taking them for granted by any means, but wouldn't expect anything less from this current Ulster iteration.
Fifth at the table with a game in hand.
Feels like they should be higher the way that they're playing. So all in all, 3.5 out of 4 good games, I suppose, for Irish provinces in the URC this weekend.
Leinster could have very easily drawn that game.
Yeah.
I know I said that about Liverpool as well, but got out the gate luckily enough, but we'll touch on that later.
So Connacht in the greenest of green, and then finally for the performance rankings today on this first day of December. You are welcome to December. Ballygunner beat Air Og of Ennis by 21 points to 1-9. So a handy enough victory, played in front of 3,000 and some change in Semple Stadium. And then there was an Ulster Classic as Scottstown beat Newbridge on penalties to book their place in the Ulster football final. The game finished 2-20 apiece. Scottstown won 4-2 on penalties. That was the place to be. That was on TG Carr Player, I believe, yesterday afternoon. These games can skip you by if you're not involved in the clubs.
We've got some Desi Hutchinson goodness celebrating Ballygunner becoming the greatest Munster club team. They've now won more Munster clubs than anybody else, I think, which when you think that they were really struggling 10 years ago, this group of players have transformed what people think of that club. And it'll be hard bet. Here is Desi Hutchinson talking to Stephen Gleeson. No audio on that. Don't know what happened there. We might...
He was speaking to us.
Yeah.
After the game.
You can see that we weren't lying for our viewers on YouTube. For our radio listeners, fortunately, there was nothing coming out.
It is the mad dominance over the last while, though, isn't it? because Waterford aren't particularly good. Like, for their own standards, it's not an unfair
weird.
thing to say.
It's a weird thing.
It's so weird.
Very much a topic of conversation in the county. Ballygunner dominant, county not. Makes no sense.
You just need more depth.
Yeah.
And look, I think maybe Jason Ryan's going to end up being the Waterford hurling manager at some point. What a career he's put together.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that with Tommy a little bit later on. We have that now.
Okay.
It's a massive achievement for us, massive achievement for the club to be out on our own now in Munster, you know, and on our own with the highest amount of titles won, so that's really special, and we spoke about that during the week, and becoming the best Munster hurling team or club there was, so look, we've done that there today.
You experienced football cross-channel and the excitement that brings to everybody, and is there a comparison?
Sure, it's special. It's the best feeling in the world, and you can do everything you want in life, but when you're celebrating and you're going to war with your best friends, that's irreplaceable, so I wouldn't give it up for the world.
Really,
No, yeah, absolutely. Look, of course, at the time you'd say you wanted to be a professional athlete and whatever you're doing, but I was so lucky to come back into a group like this and be surrounded by your best friends, and then when you have days like this, it's so special, and I definitely wouldn't give it up. No.
It's a high-achieving group as well. I'd imagine that the training you're doing is at a high level, obviously not professional, but not far off it.
No, it's not. We train hard, we do all the right things, we eat well, and that's the professionalism being brought in by Jason and Darren Mulcahy and Fergal Hartley, and that's what you have to do if you're to win these big games, so you can't just turn up and play without doing all the work beforehand.
2 weeks ago today, Troy Parrott shocked the world. Last night, he shocked his fans. Had a penalty in the dying stages for AZ Alkmaar, went for Panenka, put it over the bar, got Martin Keowned by the opposition.
99 minutes into the game, they lost 1-0.
That is showbiz, baby. And then Evan Ferguson started for Roma against Napoli, massive game in Serie A, but got hooked at half time as Napoli won 1-0. These are the highs and lows of football life.
Yeah, all of a sudden, yeah.
There are your performance rankings.
Off the Balls performance rankings.